Sometimes people think you have to be big time to do a conference like this, and I'm basically here to tell you guys that Christian Skaters really isn't big, and I want to introduce you to some of the people behind this. First of all, I'd like Joe Ferrara, if he can stand up and come up here real quick. I mean, we do work at Calvary Chapel, Fort Lauderdale, but really, Christian Skaters is not affiliated with Calvary Chapel, Fort Lauderdale. We do work at Ramp 48, which is a ministry at Calvary Chapel. And I also like to, is my wife, Tony, and she's going to share a little bit why we're doing this today. And that's the vision, guys, is encouragement. And we just pray that you guys do get encouraged. So, Tony.
Okay, when we started Christian Skaters, all of us were working at Ramp 48, and we started getting a lot of calls from people asking, how do we start something like what you guys are doing? And it was probably once a week. What do you guys think about once a week? We get a call from maybe sometimes once a day, sometimes a couple times a day. And I went home one night and I had a dream that we should start Christian Skaters, and it probably came from the fact that we all went to Christian Surfers in Deerfield, and I knew what they did worked, and I thought, you know, God could really use us, and Christian Skaters could definitely be something that we use to help equip other people to do skate ministry. And so from Christian Skaters, we started Christian Skaters as just something on MySpace, and it's amazing. I think to date we have about 5 million hits from all over the world on MySpace, and it's from all different places. It's amazing, and we get prayer requests, all kinds of different things come through that MySpace page. And I know a lot of people were scared off by MySpace at first, but I have to say that it's been an amazing thing for us. And from there, it's really just a few of us working on Christian Skaters. There's a couple other people out here that have helped us along the way, and we've been able to partner up with different ministries like Splinter, Skate Park, and Living It, and it's been amazing. And the reason for the skate conference was the fact that, yeah, we are called to go make disciples, and how we can do that through skate ministry. There's different people in the crowd that are either, you know, professional skateboarders, or maybe they work at a skate park, or maybe you just skate, or you're a parent of a skater, and God uses us in all different ways. It says in 1 Corinthians, it's chapter 12, verse 12, it says, "For as the body is one and has many members, but all the members of that body, being many, are one body, so also in Christ. For by the Spirit we are all baptized into one body, whether Jews or Greeks, whether slaves or free, and have all been made to drink into the one Spirit. For in fact, the body is not one member, but many." So we're all maybe different parts of skateboarding. I mean, some of us don't skate. I don't skate anymore. I used to skate when I was younger. I had a skate shop, and God's used all that stuff in my life. But I think that if we all work together as one body, all the different parts, that we can fulfill the Great Commission, and we can reach the world through skateboarding, and that's the goal of this conference. And I think that's the vision of why we're doing this and what drove us to do a conference like this. And it says that you have to have a big vision, because God's bigger than any vision we can have. And we're only limited by what we imagine and what we dream. So God's not limited by anything. So if we allow our vision to limit us, we're only limiting what God can do. And it says also in Mark, it's chapter 11, verse 23, it says, "For assuredly I say to you, whoever says to this mountain, 'Be removed and cast into the sea,' and does not doubt in his heart, but believes that all those things he says will be done, he will have whatever he says. Therefore I say to you, whatever things you ask when you pray, believe that you'll receive them, and you will have them." So, you know, some people will say, you know, how am I going to build a $300,000 skate park at my church? Or how am I going to convince my pastors at the church? It's like Chip was just saying, we're called to make disciples. And our old director of the park used to say, you can't fish a stock pond. And we don't want to just minister to people in the church. Skateboarding is an outreach, and it's a way to reach people. And it's a platform to present Jesus and what Jesus has done for all of us, and to show that to other people. And I think that's why we're all here, and I hope that we're all encouraged and that you all have big visions, because we have a big God that's bigger than anything we can imagine, and there's so much that we can do. So that's pretty much the reason I think that we're doing this, and that's what I pray that happens at this conference. So we're going to have, I'm going to let Joe say something. You want to say something, Joe? And then we're going to show a quick video about Ramp 48 that these two guys are in. And these guys are awesome. I'm married to one of them, and the other is like my little brother. And and I'm really happy to be able to serve with them. And I just want you to see what they're doing at the skate park.
Yeah, when she woke me up at 3 o'clock in the morning and told me what we were going to do, I thought she was crazy. She said, we're going to do Christian skaters. And she got up and just started to get on the internet, and everything just started opening up. And sometimes I look and I'm just like, wow. So just never doubt your visions, you guys. So we're going to take a 15-minute break. Joe's good. So we're going to show a quick clip and then break out on a break. Yeah. It's not always bashing them over the head with the Bible, you know what I mean? It doesn't happen that way. It's a relationship with them. It's caring about them. It's actually taking the time and watching them skate.
What good is it for us to say we have faith, but have no deeds?
Ramp 48 Plus is a ministry at Calvary Chapel. We're an indoor skate park, and we preach the gospel inside the skate park. We do a Christian skater Bible study. And we are a full-time ministry supported by Calvary Chapel, Fort Lauderdale.
Ramp 48 is also a place where kids can come to skate and have fun, and at the same time experience something that they usually don't get. They find here a place to learn about God where they least expect it. It's kind of like a church for skaters, or the youth culture that usually would never step inside a church building, but as they step inside the skate park building, they get both at the same time.
Today's kind of theme that we're going to talk about today is putting on the whole armor of God, okay? Because, and as I read, I'll explain it to you a little bit more so you guys can understand. Do you guys all hear me?
What brings me back is just the atmosphere of this place, the people, the love. Just knowing that it's a Christian place is really comforting to me. And I've been to other skate parks, other places. People tend to be kind of rude, and it gets a little heated on the skate floor here sometimes when it's so crowded and stuff, but for the most part, everyone keeps a good attitude, and it's a loving atmosphere.
Well, I relate to skateboarding. These kids around the skate park, they're my burden, you know? I care about them. Sometimes I see traces of myself in them. And I have a chance to influence these kids by putting a Bible in their hands and telling them about Jesus. In 100 years, it really doesn't matter, you know, how much money I really had or how much material things I've actually had or where I've been. It really matters to me. You know, it matters how I was seen to these kids. So we see kids, you know, that we may just see once. We just may be a real quick encounter with them, a smile, and God bless you, you know? You're welcome to come here and be who you are, but all our kids that come here and everyone that we encounter here, you know, we happen to, you know, to try to minister to them, but in a kind of a relationship way, you know what I mean?
No, you can. You just have to have faith, bro. Believe that you can do it.
We're not that type of people that, you don't have the mark, you're not a Christian, you gotta get out of here. That's not how it is. Sometimes kids just come here to skate. You know, we get to be free and we get to be who we really are, and we get to have fun with the kids.
I love skateboarding, I love my job, and I love the Lord, and we just desire to provide that same thing for kids here at the skate park, and that's why Ramp 48 and Christian Skaters exist, to be a light for people who are stuck in darkness.
We're going to take a 15-minute break. So hopefully you guys can meet each other and encourage one another.